bus or jump out the door at the back and finish the attack on foot. And you can see, even on this 4-through-2, that big door at the rear, that's where the infantry jump in and jump out of. So reconnaissance, armoured personnel carrier, now you can hear a proper tank coming on now. This one you can hear from that noise, whopping great big engine in the back. This is something called the German Leopard tank, and this is a tank that was made after the Second World War, when the German army was allowed to reform. They designed a new tank and they went very much in a different direction to where they'd gone in the end of World War II. You see all those big tanks in the museum that the Germans were using in 1945, tanks like the Tiger, the Panther and the King Tiger. When the Germans came to building a new tank, they said, no, we don't want a big heavy tank, we want a fast tank like this one. So when the Leopard came into service in the 1960s, it's got relatively thin armour protection. It would stop what they call a 30mm cannon shell, but not much else. The idea was, if you can be fast on that battlefield, they hope your speed will stop the enemy being able to train their guns on you and knock you out. So a very powerful MTU diesel engine in the back, and the gun on the top is a British gun, something called a 105mm gun. To keep you awake, because I'm waffling on there. So that 105mm gun, it's the size of the hole at the end of the barrel, so 10.5 centimetres across. And the whole of that tank, don't forget, is designed just so that gun can put a round accurately on the target. Now this gun was designed in Britain, it was put on our Centurion tanks, and when it came into service it made pretty much other types of tank guns redundant. It could fire not only things like smoke shells, high explosive shells for knocking out positions, but the main round it fired was to knock out other tanks. And that round wasn't the sort of bullet-shaped round we're used to seeing coming out of rifles. It was actually a pot, and in the middle of that pot there would be a slug of tungsten. Now tungsten is twice the